Welcome back to, I think, episode 3. Just a quick update on the business and sort of where I'm at from last week. I'll start off by saying how the new developer's been getting on. So basically, he's created a mock website for myself, and it's same standards as the previous developer, which is always good. I'm interested to see the back end development and how sort of long it takes to turn over projects, but I suppose it just comes with time. So I started on Tuesday and I had a meeting with basically someone who helps businesses sort of scale and actually increase their offer to then be able to charge more. So his name's Dwayne, and I had a great chat with him on Tuesday. Basically, I told him about my new idea with the software that we're creating, the AI software. He said he knows at least 5 people, 5 of his clients that would use it and pay me £500 a month as a minimum each, recurring monthly fee as a minimum. And what he would do in return, he said, we'll create a deal where I'm assuming he will get to use it to help businesses scale for free. So obviously he'll generate a lot of money for his clients and for himself with this software, but also he'll help me get to 10, 20k a month, when this software is really nailed down. So my biggest thing that I'm pushing at the minute is obviously getting the software done, because he was on that call. He said he wished it was ready now, and the only thing is that it's obviously not ready, and obviously things do take time. But for me to try and tell my developer that, it's like, come on, let's move it on, let's move it on. But obviously it all takes time, and obviously the new developer Luke, he's new to it, so I don't know how much back end coding he knows on booking systems. It's not just the AI bot, but also our admin side where we can see all the numbers. Basically, we've got to integrate something within a booking system so that our clients, when they get off a call with their potential clients, then it pops up saying, did you close the deal? How much did you close for? And, asking them questions. So then on our admin side, we can see the data and actually prove the return on investment for them. Their numbers are going up, they're increasing their conversion rates, and also the quality of leads. So biggest thing is making sure that this new developer can do it all. I'd rather him tell me he can't do it, and then for me to go and find someone else, which is fine, but I don't want it delaying the project dates. If we get this done by the end of the end of March, latest end of April, we can then start promoting it in May and June. But if he doesn't end up doing it within the time frame, and it takes him a bit longer, which it's obviously not the end of the world, or if he just can't do it, I would rather him tell me in the beginning. I'm trying to push up him whether this is something he can do or not, because he's not too familiar with back end code, and I know he does want to get learning in a proper project to learn the back end code. But yeah, at the same time, I sort of just want someone that can do it. So I had that chat on Tuesday with Dwayne and his team, and seen his page. It's basically the return on investment, because the program's usually, I think it's about 6,500 for it, and he made that offer to me instead. And the thing is you do have to invest in yourself, as in you have to invest in the business, as in whether that's courses or mentors or people who help you in business, because you do. Otherwise you'll get stuck. If you're just making a few K and not reinvesting it back into your business, you're going to get stuck at a point and it's not going to scale. So that's one of the things that I've learned as well, is I probably haven't invested as much as I should have back into myself in the business. So this is sort of the step where when I do start making money from this software, it's all going back into the business. I think it needs to go back into the business, really, to be able to get it to a point where recurring money is enough. I need to be reinvesting the money that comes into the business. So I had a good chat with him, and he was super keen. He said, send me messages weekly on WhatsApp, saying, updating where it's at, how it's getting on. And to be fair, Owen did create about 80% of the AI bots, so Luke, the new developer, he's only got a bit to finish off. I also, apart from the business, I did actually have my degree apprenticeship chat meeting, which was with this guy from the university and someone from my work, and basically he was just taking me through the process. It wasn't really to do with anything of my contract or what I'll be doing. It's more of, I suppose it's the project management, but he was just talking through how degree apprenticeships work in general, and if I had any questions, I could ask him there and then. So basically he ran me through the process, getting me onboarded, applying, everything like that. I apply and do all that before, and then maybe a month before I decide whether I actually want to go forward with it or not, which, gives me a good position, for this to go and actually fully work, or for me to still be doing my degree apprenticeship whilst doing this on the side. It gives me enough time to decide what I want to do. So yeah, so we also had a chat with the community, so Club 729, the group, when was it? It was Tuesday as well, actually, and we had a great chat, just getting to know everyone. There was a couple new members in there, which was good to get to know and understand what they do in the business. And there was someone who does, software and AI automations, which was more interesting for myself because there's been no one in the business in the Club 79 yet which does do that. So we had a good chat in there. And then we were obviously talking about going to Bali and doing that all together, because when you are in that environment of people, it's not even just the location, it's being able to work long hours, in that environment where everyone's working, it's motivating each other, it's pushing each other. So we had a little chat about that and, how long we'd go for, and probably, 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks really, depending obviously when everyone else is going away and working around everyone. But yeah, so we had a good chat about that, and then obviously about the call topic. So yeah, and then a quick update on the golf club. So we're doing their content, me and Charlie, someone from the community. Basically, it's all going forward. So I'm excited to actually work on that project. I think especially the summer coming up, it will be a good one to work on. We've got another big partner from the web design agency, which is good obviously, but at the same time, it's good for this extra money. But at the same time, I sort of want my developer to be working on the software as much as possible. But yeah, so we've still got a good few months for that project, and the social medias for Willingdon will be sort of keep me busy. So obviously there's only so much I can do, as in I can prepare all the launch and Instagrams and all the posts and stories and everything that goes out, the marketing behind it. But until the software's done, I can't get on a call with a client and show them, what actually goes on in the software. I want to be able to sit down with the clients in a meeting and say, here's what we've got, here's the data, here's the numbers, here's the percentage, here's the conversion rates, and be able to fully, prove and show our clients that before, they sign on. And also the good thing about me sort of doing this thing with Dwayne is that he's got he's got over 45 clients, and he knows at least 5 that would want this, and they would all pay, to trial it and basically test it for any bugs, anything, that might not work. And there's going to be a lot of things that won't work. That's the journey of it, and you've got to have the downs. But yeah, so I've got exams soon as well, so I've been revising a bit for that. But I'm looking forward to these next sort of few months and to see when the software does become complete. I'm excited to launch it. But yeah, so that's sort of all I've got for this week. And then I've just been working, to be honest. Working, revising, working on the business as much as I can. Being sort of, I think I've realised from obviously doing web design how I want to do this software launch a bit differently, and obviously plan it, but also plan how everything works, as in all the automations, everything that gets sent out. So the client experience, I think, is a massive thing. When they book a discovery call through my website, where they go from there, what emails get sent to them, what forms they have to fill out, what sort of calls we have to get this bot put in place, because we're not just putting the AI bot in place, we're also creating them a website funnel, which will actually help conversion rates. So I've mapped out everything, and then I've also, made some workflows on how the bot works and why us over anyone else, and why this bot works so effectively. So I think that's been really important, and that's sort of what I've been working on this week, is systemizing it, so I know where everything's at and it's clear and easy to understand. Because a lot of the time with web design, it obviously is very good, but the return on investment is quite difficult to show, and unless they know the full return on investment, they're not going to be paying more than a few grand. Whereas this, if you're helping a business go from 10k to 50k by systemizing their business, by implementing this AI appointment setter, then you can charge those higher numbers a month. You can charge a few grand a month and recurring, and it be considered cheap because the return on investment's obviously a lot higher. And I do feel like this bot does help these businesses out there. So I'm selling something that I've got full confidence that will work, which is obviously always a bonus. And even with web designs, I was always selling something of good quality. So yeah, so I'm really excited to, launch this. And I think from my end, I've just got to make sure my developer is doing his bit, his end, and keeping up with it. So hopefully it's going to go well. And I'll see you in the next one.